Shalom, Yabba Shem Shabakatah. Shalom Yahweh Shemal Lataba Shem Yahweh Shah. I'm preaching officer of 5,000 Zarak in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. We're about to go ahead and get started with the Sabbath service. All right, let me just check the feed real quick. Just make sure everything good. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Detroit Israelites on Facebook. Okay. And make sure you also, if you tuning in, make sure you also share the class. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. All right, the Majim, which means to stand. Rapanak with Dum, which means to face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shabayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemkaya, Hawa, Malakuka, Taba Aratazak, Hayah, Asha, Ba'aratazak, Wahaya, Bashamayim, Natalanawa, Lakam, Kal Yawam. Wasalaknawa, Kabawapnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawapnawa, Wala Tabianawa, Manasana Wana, Ball, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rakayala, Ka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wata Parabla, our Lamyam, Aman. Lord's Prayer in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Hakash the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Vashem Yahweh Shah, Babu Shah, Nathalanawa, Hakash, La Pa'a, Kamakalawa, Kamarawa, Hakash, La Tahar, Hamatazaria, Hakash, La Hakwayam, Hamatyam, Hakash, Arakawad, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shun, Vashem Yahweh Shah, the Wada Aman. Hakash the power in the English, Lord. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabya, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyum, Ha Kwarazanyum, Ha Kakayum, Ha Agwapium. Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, the Wada Aman. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Got Psalms 121. In the Hebrew, Asha'a, Ayanya, Al-Haharya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azarya, Ma'an, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Ma'arataza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Yanawam, Shamaka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawama, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamaka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Yamyanka, Yawama, Hashamash, La'ayaka, Wayarak, Bayayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Ka, Makara, Yashamar, Apnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabu'atka, Ma'ata, Wa'id Awalam, Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. Whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahsha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83. In the Hebrew, Alahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al-Takarash, Wa-Al-Tashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Awa-Yagyaka, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'arim Yamwa, Sawada, Wayataya Atazwa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakaki, the Magaya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shamyasha'Allah, Awada, Kaya, Nawatazwa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryak, Yakarathwa, Alahaya, Adawan, Wayashemai, Alahaya, Mawa'aba, Wahagariam, Gabar, Wa-Amawan, Wa-Amalak, Palashah, Am Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zawawa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishala, Hum, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Banakar, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatunwa, Narayatmawa, Kairab, Wakaza Wakazabat, Wakazazar, Mana'ai, Kalnasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amara, Nairashah, Lanawa, Na'awa, Alahayam, Shayatunwa, Kagagula, Kakwash, Lapayara, Ka'ash, Tabaira Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Kanthar Datma, Basairika, Wabasa, Wapaka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waibakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waibahawa, Ayai, Waikaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadadwa, Kaya Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Iowa, Alkaha Rataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahsha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarims, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth, at the brook of Gizon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes at Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, and as the fire burning wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. And Saul, which means to turn. Yeshabi, which means to be seated. Before we get started, let me go ahead and load this up. All right, let's go ahead. Let's begin and get started. Salakia, bear with me. See, Genesis 48. All right, so we're going to be starting at Genesis, the 48th chapter. And we're going to start at verse 20. We're going to read 7 verses in the Hebrew. All right? Give me 1 second. Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48 and verse 20 in the Hebrew. Wa barakum bayawam hahawa lamwa'a bak yabarak yasha'ala la'amar yashamak alahayim kaparium wakamanasha wayasham aparium lapanya manasha. Verse 21. Like, see, verse 21. Wayamar yasha'ala al yaikwa. It's like Yawsap Hana Anakia Ma'a Wahayaha Alahayim Amayakam Wayashaba Wahaya. It's like Wahaya Shayab Atkam Al Rataza Bathyaak Akam. It's like it. Bathyakam 22. Wahanaya Natataya Laka Shakam Akkad Al Akyak. Genesis 49 and verse 1. Wayakar Yaikwa Al Banyawa Wayamar has a power. Wahagayada Lakam, At, Ashar, Yakura, At Yakam, Ba'akraya, Hayamyam, verse 2. Hakwabatazawa, Washamawa, Banya, Yaikwa, it's like it. Washamawa, Al, Yasha Allah, Abyakam, verse 3. Wa'araban, Bakaria, Adya, Kakaya, Wa'ra'ashaya, of 1 year, Yadra, Shaya, Wayatara, Azah, verse 4. Pakazah, Kamyam, Al, Dawata, Kaya, Ayawa, Mashakabaya, Abyaak, Azah, Kalala, Yatazawaaya, Alawa, verse 5. Shamawan, Walaaya, Akyawam, Kalaya, Kamasa, Makaratya, verse 6. Basadam, Al, Taba, Napashaya, Bakwalam, Al, Takad, Kabadya, Kaya, Ba'arab, it's like it. Ba'apam, Haragara, Ayash, Wabarat Azanam, Akwara, Shara, and that's up to verse 7 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48, and verse 20 in the English. And he blessed them that day, saying, and thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh, and as Manasseh. And as Manasseh. And he said Ephraim before Manasseh. Okay, so this right here, what this is talking about, as we went in the previous chapters, right? We went into the previous chapters, and as we was breaking these things down, we begin to notice that Jacob, he finally meeting his grandchildren that comes out of Joseph, which were Ephraim and which were Manasseh. Everything to what? Oh, okay. Con. Yeah, con. Matter of fact, Salaki. All right. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning, right? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48, verse 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, and thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he said Ephraim before Manasseh. All right. So to give you a sum up and example what went down in this chapter, Israel, you know what I'm saying, Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. In this chapter right here, in Genesis, the 48th chapter, he actually meets his grandchildren, which are Ephraim and Manasseh. Now we understand through the scriptures that Manasseh was the eldest, okay? And Ephraim was set before Manasseh, all right? As you can see right here in the 20th chapter, it says it. God made thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. And he said Ephraim before Manasseh. So when you see in those things right there, Ephraim was set before Manasseh, okay? The youngest. He was blessed before his brother, all right? Usually, traditionally, the eldest gets the blessing, all right? And the proof of that, look at Reuben. Reuben was the firstborn of the 12 tribes of Israel, but he didn't get that blessing. He didn't get the blessing that the firstborn inherit. That went to the fourth-born son, which was Judah. It went to the tribe of Judah, okay? So this is the same thing that's happening right now. Ephraim, who's today is the so-called Puerto Ricans, was set over the Cubans. All right. Verse 21, and Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but God shall be with you and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Verse 22, moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Genesis 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So, you know, Israel, Jacob, he on his deathbed. And he tell all his sons, man, to go ahead and gather together, you know what I mean, so I can explain to you what you're going to go through in the later days. This is going to happen. All right, I'm going to give y'all a prophecy of what's going to befall y'all, what's going to happen to y'all. So you're going to give them an insight of the future of them. Okay? Verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and excellency of power. All right? And as you look at the Reuben, if you look at the Reubenites today, man, which is the so-called Seminole Indians, they are excellent in strength. They are excellent in dignity. You understand? Like that tribe right there never sides with the white man. Like, you know what? I'm going to just say this. You feel me? I'm going to give more of a breakdown on that so I can go into deeper depth with Reuben, right? We're going to keep going on. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. All right? Now, Reuben didn't get that blessing that the firstborn should have got, because Reuben committed an act that was so against his father. He did something that was defiling. He did a deviant thing. He did some type of deviance, and we'll get later on down into it and of what he did, right? Okay. It says, verse 5, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Instruments of cruelty is in their habitations, man. You understand, with the so-called Haitians, so-called Dominicans. They instruments of they have instruments of cruelty. Okay? I forget the breakdown. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get more clarification, of course, and we're gonna move on. Verse 6, O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor, be not thou united. For in age, anger, for in their anger, they slew a man, and in their self-will, they dig down a wall. Verse 7, cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. And as you can see in today's time, Haitians and Dominicans don't get along with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? They go to war with each other. They kill one another. And this is a family you're talking about. This is not like a fairy tale story. This is not, you know what I'm saying, anything we just making up. You look at the history of the Dominicans and you look at the history of, you understand, the Haitians, they hate each other. You understand? They right next to each other and they hate each other, yet they are divided. You understand? Haiti and the Dominican Republic, man, they are divided. They are a divided nation, yet they are brothers. You understand? But you know what the Lord doing in today's time? He's bringing all of the 12 tribes back. He's bringing the 12 tribes back in righteousness under the ISUPK, under Command and General Yohana. That's what our mission and our goal is, to bring all those tribes back together under the Lord and one big family, how we really supposed to, man. You understand? And we can't even focus on it because the oppressor, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and close this Sabbath service out. All right? Imadium, which means a stand. La Yasha Allah. Go ahead and salute the scroll. Yahaba Shimi al Shabrak Yah. All right. Rapana Godon, which means to face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemkaya, Hawa, Malakutka, Taba'a, Ratazah, Kahaya, Ashaba, Ratazah, Kawahaya, Bashemayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Karyawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabia'anawa, Banasana one, Kabor, Hawashanawa, Mayam, Ra, Kayala, Ka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wata, Paratla, Awalamyum, Aman. Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Akash the power. In the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Bashad, Nathalanawa, Akach, La Pa'ah, Kal Makalat, Wa Kal Malawak, Hakach, La Tahar, Hamatazarium, Hakach, Lahakwayam, Hamatyum, Hakach, Arakawak, Atama'ala, Lagar Shun, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water Aman. Hakach the power in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Blessings In the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazabya. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwarazanyam. Ha Kakayam. Wa Akwathyam. Yahweh. Bashem. Yahweh Shah. The water. Aman. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. In the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ai, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayah, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalkai, Ayanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tozarka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayayella, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka. Makara, Yashama, Apnapashka, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza Afka, Wabua Afka, Ma'atha, Wa'ad Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. This time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al-Thakarash, Wa'al-Thashikwat, Al-Kaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'irum Yamwa, Sawadah, Wayatah, Ya'tazwa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakakadum, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Shem Yasha'ala, Awadah, Kaya, Nawatazwa, Labad, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryak, Yakaratwa, Alahaya, Arawam, Wayashimai, Alahaya, Mawa'abba, Wahagariam, Gabar, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashah, Amyashabi, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aiman, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labanya Lawa, Salah, Asha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Manakar, Payashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayam dara'ah.
Ba'ayam dara'ah.
Hayawah.
Hayawah.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadayatmawa.
Nadayatmawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'ab.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazor.
Wakatazor.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Kel Nasiyakamwa.
Kel Nasiyakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amara.
Amara.
Naira Shah.
Naira Shah.
It's like Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahayo.
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 Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagogula. Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapayarawa. Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira Ya'ira.
Taba'ira Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kanthar Datma.
Kanthar Datma.
Basairika.
Basairika.
Wabasad.
Wabasad.
Wapaska.
Wapaska.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Qualawan.
Qualawan.
Waibakwasha.
Waibakwasha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waibahawa.
Waibahawa.
Aya'ai.
Aya'ai.
Waikaparwa.
Waikaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayada'adwa.
Wayada'adwa.
Kayatha.
Wayatha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labatka.
Wabatka.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Alcohol Ratazak.
Alcohol Ratazak.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Below.
Below.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
They that hate thee.
They that hate
have
thee.
lifted up the head.
Have lifted up thy head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Yasha'Allah.
That the name of Yasha'Allah.
May be no more in remembrance.
May be no more in remembrance.
They have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon. And the Amalek. The Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kizon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
Like Z.
Like Z.
Yea.
Yea.
Or the princes.
Or the princes.
As Zeba. And as Zalmunna.
Who
said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a fire burning wood.
As a fire burning wood.
And as the flame set up the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set up the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
And fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh. Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble. Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish. That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Of the Most High.
Of the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Of all the earth.
Saw? We're going to go ahead and close it up. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yajmatah, dismiss.